MVP. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Cowboys and the Ravens just ahead on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you all so much for finding time in your Thanksgiving holiday to join us. Brock Hewitt and Kate Scott here with you. And Brock, it's an annual tradition. We have a game in Detroit and a game in Dallas every year on this day. It's part of the old John Madden Thanksgiving celebration.
Yeah, and you can just feel, John, right? I just feel him as I got these headsets on and getting a chance and the privilege to call this game. It's become a part of people's celebration of the holiday every year. And I wish for every player in the league they'd got a chance at least once to play in a Thanksgiving Day game, because there really is a unique feel to it. You feel it in the building right now that you really don't get in any other contest.
A Thanksgiving tradition continues as the teams are lined up, and off we go here in Dallas. Returnable from the 1. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion right. Jackson looking to throw right away. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They put a receiver in motion right. From the gun, Jackson. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And that will not be enough for a first down. So now here's 3rd and 5. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look.
It's week 12 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Cowboys, reigning league MVP. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Cowboys and the Ravens.
A Thanksgiving tradition continues as the teams are lined up and off we go here in Dallas. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
They give to Gibbs on the option. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Well, hold on a second. We've got a Raven hurting pretty good out there. They're going to head out to look at him. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Jackson now on third. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Now we have a member of the Cowboys hurt after that play, and they'll need to get somebody out there to look at him. They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on fourth. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you're reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them to go and put a score on the board.
Reload! Check! Hurt! Check! Panther! Check go!
They'll run here on first down. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Set! Go!
From the 17. This is caught by Trey Palmer. He's at the 30. The 10. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And not much on the run, but he does get across the 25. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Another one for Gibbs. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They send the tight end in motion. From the 45 on 2nd down. Andrews with the catch. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. This is ahead for about 5. Kaiir Elam getting there for the stop. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Now Jackson off the play action. Moore's got it. Nothing doing there as he gets out of bounds back at the line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. On the move, hit it right. And this one doesn't go far.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, it's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st. Hand off to the back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Completed here to Pickens. And they get this down to the 28. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. Throwing from the gun here. He's got it near the 8. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside, defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. He gets another shot here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. So now, here's 3rd and goal. 3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Cowboys take a 13-0 lead. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Handoff to Gibbs from the gun. Cuts it right sideline, and there's daylight. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. We're 1 quarter closer. Welcome back. 2nd quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Going to the ground again on 1st. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Koo with the extra point. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Cowboys headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, that's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The rookie out of Alabama, there on the tackle. Second down now, 7 to go. He'll throw it. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Let's go.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. This ball's caught by Pickens. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's a throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. Has some space inside the 15. And he's finally brought down at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready, go.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He has it at the 5. Touchdown, Dallas. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And his touchdown, another one for him this season, as he continues to sit among the NFL's best at punching it in himself this year. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Completed to Flowers. And that's good for a gain of 5. Kaiir Elam getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They've got a man in motion. That's into the hands of Moore. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. They're down to their final one in this half.
I'm ready.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Hey!
Gibbs now from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
The Cowboys and this running back headed back out for a new series. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Play action on first down. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. George Pickens, the intended target. So that brings up 2nd down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
That throw finds Pickens. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. And he's up across 200 yards now in this opening half. That's beyond simply a good start for him. This is the type of game where he's been taking the lead on carrying his offense forward however he can. Throwing now from the gun. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Connects on the crosser. A pickup there of 33 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you totally flip the field and the tone of this drive.
And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. Crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys stretch their lead to 21. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. We see the Ravens making their way out now. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. First and 10 now from the 30. Sending a receiver left. First down throw for Jackson. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself. But he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be second down. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Juke the defender. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. They give to Gibbs on the option. And he won't win the race to the outside. That one's bottled up at the line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Lamar now from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll get it up to the 44. Offense up to the line fast. Throw on third down. Buys time, roll. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. Mitch Wisnowski on the punt. And he's brought down before the return gets far. And that punt reaches 50 yards. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. They go play action on first. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. And I guess we'll follow up with the rest of the NFL after this one ends. We're moving right along to the start of the second half. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Cowboys are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They've got first down from the 31.
Ready? Go check, go check. Ready?
Here's the handoff. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
Second and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here we go. 79 Broncos. Take go.
Dropping back to throw. Hyatt with the grab. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Back to pass on first and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's now second and 19 at the 33-yard line.
Another try following the sack. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, looking to throw. Catch made over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Running this one left. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Back to throw. Taken in by Noah Fant.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Running in the red zone. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Now a stoppage for an injured player. Oh, that's their playmaker, George Pickens, who's shaken up. Significant loss for their offense if this is serious. Going ground on 1st and goal. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. They're running again. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys continue piling onto this lead. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Jukes out a 1 stop. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. They send a man in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So the defense decides to decline the penalty. Got to figure out this third down here. Now Jackson off the play action. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Coup on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Return starts from the 16. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. I mean, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Reload.
They give it to him again. Across midfield at the 45. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Adding some insult to injury there. Not only did they jump, but they still gave up a lengthy run, even with the head start, as this one's declined.
Here we go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against
Offside.
the defense.
Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down.
Let's go.
Running it after the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Short pass brought in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Here's a give up the middle. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Tight end going in motion here. Just one quarter standing between these teams and Turkey in this Thanksgiving contest. It's Ravens football, and they'll look for some points here, but might just... They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. This one's to Andrews out right. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Well, things weren't about to end after the 1st hit or the 2nd. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Into the hands of Gibbs. And he gets back to the line, but no more. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Lamar throwing again. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's going to step out with no gain.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
Jackson now on 3rd. This is complete to Gibbs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Jackson yet again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. A give left side for Gibbs. And he gets this forward to the 19. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Throw on 3rd down. He's got it near the 8. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st and goal. Here's Gibbs. Takes it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens putting up points in a game decided. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Ravens cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Not really much of an avenue left for a comeback in this one, but they still have to try the onside kick here. And the Cowboys manage to recover the football.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Tiger, 19, Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
Throwing from the gun. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Completed here to Pickens. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down. Hand off to the back. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Now a give left side. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Another carry for him. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Give him 4 on that play. So now they've got 2nd and goal. Back to the well again. And he's in for the touchdown. The Cowboys put up even more points in a win. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Slot receiver headed left. First down throw for Jackson. He's got Andrews. And this one does not go far. Second down now, 7 to go. They send the tight end in motion left. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Lamar off the play fake. He's on the move. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Jackson out of the gun on 3rd. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Throwing from the gun here. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Cougar 19.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
False start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Give now to the running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. He'll take 5 on the carry. That gets him back to even. 2nd and 10 now.
At the 46-yard line.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's going to loft one deep to the... This is brought in at the 15. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Cowboys continue piling it on here in the 4th. George Pickens, the touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Ravens trotting out their offense. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. First down, here's Lamar. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Connecting on the slant. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Jackson's going to throw again. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So the Cowboys take the win here in Arlington.